welcome back to my channel. It is currently 4 in the morning and I'm filming my YouTube video because if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen I did a story on Monday. Basically, I just did a massive rant about how I am getting back into it and I am basically getting my shit together. So if you didn't watch my stories, I'll just elaborate if you didn't. Basically, for the last couple of months, my nutrition has been here, there and fucking everywhere. I've had no structure, I have had no routine, and I'm over it pretty much. You guys know me, if you have followed me for a while, you know that I thrive off routine, I thrive off structure, I thrive off consistency, I thrive off discipline, and I have not had any of those things for the last couple of months, pretty much since my show got cancelled in October last year and I moved to the Gold Coast. I've had absolutely no structure at all. I have always been really consistent with my training. That's something that I've never missed, but obviously when I got my boobs done, I was unable to train properly for pretty much 3 months. So with me moving to the Gold Coast and already having absolutely no structure with my nutrition since I got here, being very social, I have probably drank more alcohol than I ever have before, which I don't regret. I've had so much fun with all of my friends and I absolutely do not regret it at all. But being the way that I have been since October, since my show got cancelled, on top of not being able to train consistently from when I got my boobs redone, which was the 29th of November, as you can probably tell, I haven't been me. I haven't been as consistent and disciplined as I have always been, which I don't like, to be honest with you. Like I said to you guys before, I do thrive off having, you know, structure, routine and discipline. So this week when you see this video will be my second week back to my normal training regime, which is 3 lower body, 2 upper body, because I have hit the 12-week mark of when I got my boobs redone, so I'm able to get back into normal training. So I'm getting my shit back together and I thought that I would do a YouTube video for you guys to hopefully help inspire a lot of you guys who are probably in the same boat as me, or you're in a bit of a rut and you just can't get into 2022. You don't know what it is, but just something just doesn't feel right, something feels odd. And I have had so many conversations with so many people and they feel the exact same way. I don't know what it is about this year, but it's different. I feel like people just aren't as motivated to get into this year and grab it with both hands. So if that is you, you are not alone. It's very common this year. I think COVID has really taken its toll on people, in the sense that I think we're heading into our 3rd year of COVID, and I feel like last year everyone was very motivated because they thought that COVID was going to be somewhat rectified and we were going to be living a normal life at the end of last year. And you know, for Queensland, our COVID cases are the worst it's ever been right now. This is our 3rd year of COVID. So I feel like people may be just losing hope about having some sort of normality back in their life. So I feel you, I get it, and I empathize with you, and just know that there's nothing wrong with you. It's just a weird time right now. Aside from that, be kind to yourself, but still try and implement some strategies to get some sort of routine back in your life. Or, you know, if there's some healthy habits that you want to embed into your lifestyle, don't make COVID as an excuse, or it's a weird time as an excuse. You can still do these things, okay? Just take it slow. So what I mean by that is, if you are wanting to create a new morning routine, or you're wanting to start training, or instead of training in the afternoon, you're wanting to get it done first thing in the morning, or you're wanting to start meditation, or you're wanting to start breath work, or you're wanting to eat more healthy, or track your macros, or anything like that. If you have a New Year's resolution or a couple of New Year's resolutions or goals that you're wanting to achieve, don't not do it, okay? What I would suggest that you do is just take it slow. Don't try and implement all these new healthy habits into your lifestyle all at once, because I guarantee you, you will not be adherent and you will fail. Take it slow. So like I said in my stories, think of it as a snowball, okay? So a snowball rolling down the hill. As it goes down the hill, it's going to get faster and faster. So think of that as it's building momentum. So as you're starting to build momentum and you're starting to embed these actions into your lifestyle, that's when you can start adding more things that you want to add into your life. So what I mean by that is, if you haven't been training at all, start with training twice a week. Do that for 3 to 4 weeks, and then from there maybe increase to another session or another 2 sessions. Do that for a couple of weeks and then increase it by another session. So slowly add those habits into your lifestyle. Don't just do it all at once, because it will be very overwhelming. And also remember as well that repetitive actions create habits. Okay, so the more consistent you are with it, the easier it is going to get. So today is the day. I actually did this last week, but I have been getting up at 4 again in the morning for the last couple of weeks. Again, the time that I've been getting up has been all over the place. Sometimes it's been 4, sometimes it's been 4:30, sometimes it's been 5, 6. It's just been all over the place, and I'm really wanting to get back into a solid routine of getting up at 4 in the morning. Yes, you may think that that is crazy, but for me, that's just what works. I'm a lot more productive first thing in the morning, so I like to get a majority of my things done, you know, first thing in the morning. So if I am tired or, you know, run down or whatever, by the end of the day around, you know, like 3, 4 o'clock, I can kind of take a step back from work, because I know that I have started so much earlier. So I'm up at 4 a.m. and I am about to get ready for the gym. It's funny because people go, oh, you know, you get up at 4, like you're up now, it's fine for you. Just know, girls, that it is just as hard for me to get up at 4 a.m. as it is hard for you to get up at, for example, 7. Everyone has their own time that they struggle to get up in, and everyone has their own norms. So for some people, they may usually sleep in till 9, 10 o'clock, and getting up for them at 7 is a lot. So just know that when my alarm went off this morning, it was fucking difficult to get up. I was so close to snoozing my alarm, but I knew how important my goals are and just how good I know that I feel when I do have structure and routine in my life. And even though it may be hard right now to get that back into my life, I know that repetitive actions create habits. So once that action has become a habit, it's going to be easy for me. It's going to be subconscious. And I know just how great I feel once I do it. So even though I wanted to snooze my alarm, I still got the fuck up and I'm filming this YouTube video. So first things first, I'm up, had a chat to you guys, and now I am about to head to the gym and do my upper body session. At the moment, I really have loved, because I have posted a morning routine a couple of months ago, and I used to do all of my morning routine rituals straight away as soon as I got up. But at the moment, I have been loving going to the gym straight away, just so I can get it done and out of the way, and it's one less thing to stress about, and I feel like I've ticked a box that I have always wanted to tick, and that is important to me first thing in the morning to then start to build momentum. Okay, so I'm going to head to the gym and then I'm going to start my morning routine with you guys. So yeah, I've been chatting for 10 minutes. It's going to be a bloody long YouTube video, but like I said, if this is going to help you guys get back into some sort of routine or some sort of normality, or start, you know, achieving or embedding the habits that you want to in your lifestyle, even if it is one at a time, and I've helped you do that, I think I've done my job. But anyway, I'm rambling. I will chat to you guys after the gym. Hello guys, so I've just got back from the gym and it is currently 6. So the next thing on my morning routine list is I'm taking the boys for a walk. Ollie, Astro, quick, quick, quick. Oh, hello. Hey. Do you want to go for a walk? You want to go for a walk? Let's go for a walk. All right, guys, I'm going to take these babies for a walk, and I will... Oh my God, craziness! Astro gets so excited to go for a walk. Woohoo! Woo! All right, guys, I'll chat to you when I get home from my walk. All right, guys, so I have just got back from my walk. I forgot to tell you guys as well, like I said, if you have followed me or subscribed to my YouTube channel or even on Instagram, you would know that for the last year or so, I've really wanted to start reading, which I most definitely did last year. However, what I found I struggled with is my lack of time. And I know that people always say that they're, you know, are short on time and there's no excuses, etc, etc, and I definitely agree with that to a degree, but I did find that I struggled to read every single day because I felt like I just didn't have the time and there were other things that were taking priority. So with my new morning routine, I've changed it up a little. So instead of actually reading a physical book first thing in the morning, I actually listen to an Audible
on my walk with the dogs. So I'm killing two birds with one stone. You guys know I love to multitask. So when I am walking the dogs for about 45 minutes to an hour, I will listen to my Audible and get in my reading. So that saves me 45 minutes out of my morning routine, because as you guys know, I would wake up in the morning, do my meditation, breath work, and then I would read, and you know, that would be not wasting 30 minutes of my time, but I much prefer to be able to do it this way, where I can walk the boys, take them out for a walk, get my steps in, and read on top of that. So at the moment, my goal this year is to read a book every month, which I believe is most definitely achievable. What I've decided to do, because I've always been torn about whether I'm wanting to read like a business book or if I'm wanting to read a book that is going to help my self-development. So what I've decided is on each month I'm going to alternate between a business book and then a self-development book, business book, self-development book. So for the month of February, I am on to a business book, and at the moment I am reading or listening to The Personal MBA, which is a business book, just basically explains, you know, little tips and tricks about business to be able to further grow my business and scale it and make it better. So I've really been enjoying that. Now back home, like I said, I've had a shower, freshened up, ready to start the rest of my day. Now the next thing that I will be doing is a little bit of meditation. When I was meditating, I've been meditating for about a year and a half now. Absolutely love it. What I used to do is I used to listen to a guided meditation, whereas this year I'm really wanting to practice presence, so really being in the present moment. And even though with meditation it helps you to be in the present moment, I found that by listening to a guided meditation, I actually wasn't sitting in the present moment and focusing on exactly what is happening at the time. So listening to the birds, listening to the ocean, feeling, you know, the warm on my skin, just feeling how I'm breathing, just really focusing on being in the present. So what I've actually decided to do for this year is to just meditate and sit in complete and utter silence. Hello my dear, which I've been loving. It's been really hard to be able to practice true presence. Even though you may be sitting there in complete silence, your mind might be wandering and thinking about other things, or other things that you have to do throughout the day, or tasks that you have to achieve, etc. So that has been a real big struggle for me, to be able to pull myself back into the present moment and not let my mind wander. It most definitely is a skill. So if you are struggling with this as well, don't be disheartened, just keep on pushing at it, keep on persisting, and you will be able to practice presence. But it's just going to take a little bit of time. That's the same thing as well with my training, which I think a lot of you guys would agree is when you're training, you don't really focus on the actual rep at a time. You're focusing on either finishing the set, or while you're performing the exercise, you're thinking about something else. So what I'm really trying to practice in my training sessions is to be completely and utterly present, not focusing on finishing that set, but really focusing on every single rep at a time, focusing on how my muscles are feeling, everything like that. And honestly, that has been so hard as well, the amount of times that I've been just performing the reps subconsciously and thinking about something else, and then having to pull my mind back into the now, back into the present. So I would definitely suggest that you guys do that as well. Yeah, like I said, practicing presence and being present is a really big goal of mine this year, because it is most definitely a skill. We're always learnt to forward think, or to think about the next thing that we have to do, or to try and stay ahead of your tasks, whereas I find that it's very therapeutic, and I feel like you're going to live a much more fulfilled life by focusing on living in the present, as opposed to thinking about the future or thinking about the past. Anyway, I'm rambling. This is going to be such a long video, but like I said, I really wanted to, you know, kind of help you guys with getting back into your routine, or, you know, really starting to achieve those goals for 2022. Anyway, I'm going to sit, practice presence, meditate, and then I'm going to get into my gratitude journal, which I have been loving. I got this from Kiki K. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a gratitude journal, super simple. I don't like gratitude journals that have so much questions. The last gratitude journal that I had, I freaking loved, but I finished that, so now I'm on to this and I'm loving it, and it's so good. Every single page is the same, so it's nice and consistent. It just has here, today I am grateful for, and then it has 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you guys can see that, but like I said, I got that from Kiki K. And then I just write the things that I'm grateful for. I was actually listening to a podcast, I think it was, and I loved what this person said. So she said that she practices gratitude every single day, but one of her goals is when she practices gratitude every single day, she never says the same thing twice, which I love, because I find sometimes when you think that you're practicing gratitude and you may be grateful, but it's easy to just think of the same thing. So I'm grateful for my health, I'm grateful to be able to move my body, I'm grateful for my partner, etc, 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 which is great. But I find that by using them all the time, it doesn't help you be grateful for the smaller things in life. So I'm grateful for this sunny day, I'm grateful for the birds, I'm grateful that I can hear the ocean, just little things like that. Even practicing gratitude for the smallest of things is going to help you lead a more happy and fulfilled life. So that is something that I'm going to be doing as well this year, is when I do fill out my gratitude journal and I write my 3 things that I'm grateful for every day, I'm not going to write the same thing more than once, okay? So it's going to allow me to really think outside the box and really find this, even the smallest of things to be grateful for in life. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to show you guys how I have been organizing my day on my laptop, and then I have to head to the grocery store. So let's get into the meditation.
Alright guys, so I just wanted to quickly show you guys this. I feel like this will be a lot of help for you guys if you do struggle with being effective with your time, being efficient with your time. I would definitely suggest that you guys time block. So as you guys can see here, this is my week. So I have the same time waking up every single day. So as you guys can see there, 4 a.m. wake up. I would definitely suggest, if you can, have the same structure every single day. If you're chopping and changing between your schedule, it's going to be quite difficult to stay consistent with that. So if you can, I would definitely suggest having the same schedule every single day with regards to what time you get up. I know if you have different tasks like myself throughout the day, that won't always be possible because no day is the same with regards to work. But what I mean by training at the same time and waking up at the same time, I feel like will be very, very beneficial for you. So as you guys can see here, I'm waking up every single day at 4 a.m. Then from 4:30 to 5:15, I get ready for the gym and take the boys down to go to the toilet. When I say boys, I mean my dogs. Then I have gym from 5:15 to 6:45. And then from there, 6:45 to 7:30, I take the boys for a walk and listen to an Audible. So everything that I have done this morning is exactly how it has panned out on my laptop. And then from there, I do my meditation and set my intentions for the day and what I'm grateful for. And then I jump into my normal working day. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly show you guys that is my calendar. Like I said, my working day changes every single week because, you know, no day is ever the same with regards to clients. But when I get up in the morning, when I go for my walk, when I go to the gym, etc., is the same every single day. And like I've said this entire video, repetitive actions create habits. So if you are consistent with the same routine for consecutive amount of days or majority of the time, it's going to be so much easier for you guys to stay adherent and achieve these goals that you want to achieve. Anyway, I'm going to head to the grocery store and I will show you guys what I got. Alright you guys, I've just gone for a little grocery shop, so I thought that I would show you guys what I got my hands on. This is to get me back into routine and consistency. So this isn't everything that I would usually get, but I already have quite a few things that I need to get through. So yeah, this is just kind of like a mini shop. So we have over here the caramel latte and drinking chocolate from Avalanche. These are really good. I've tried them before. Good macros, but just make sure that you are accounting for the sugar alcohols as well. So yeah, I'll just alternate between these two right here. Then we have the low calorie. So we have less than 1 gram per serving, so only 4 calories per serving. I alternate between Splenda and an Equal. I actually do prefer these more, but I usually get the other ones, but they ran out in the shops. Then I just got a little top up of basmati rice. I love using these here. It's so easy, just chuck it into the microwave and it's done. Then we have Spud Light, Slendia rice. You guys know I literally use this every single time I have my Muscle Nation cakes in custard. I had a top up of almond milk. I got some honey soy kebabs, chicken kebabs, pork and chicken. I absolutely love this peri peri chicken. Really good macros as well.
really good macros, as you guys can see right there. I pop this with my salads or even just with some rice and veg. It's just such fucking good tasting chicken. So those will be like my meats for the week. Then I have frozen fruit, watermelon, frozen veg. I actually wanted to get my hands on broccolini, but I went to 2 grocery stores and there was no broccolini in sight. So I had to go with frozen, which I do usually do, but I don't know, just lately I have been loving fresh broccolini. Then we have this Nativia maple syrup, really good. Also has sugar alcohol, so make sure that you count for those as well, but they still do have really good macros. Jelly Light, you guys know I have this fucking every single day. And then we have our Yo Pros, and then, sorry guys, I forgot to show you this. This is also the meat that I'll be having this week, some eye fillets. So yeah, that is my little grocery shop for the week. And as I said, I will show you guys, you know, my meals for today to get me back on track, getting me back into routine and healthy habits. Alright guys, so this is my post-workout meal. I'm going to have 2 Weet-Bix. And as you can see on the top there, I have some Splenda sweetener. You guys know I am the biggest sweet tooth in the entire world, so there is no such thing as enough sweetener. And then on top, I'm going to drizzle the Nativia salted caramel maple syrup. Oh no, I don't even think that's salted caramel. Just normal maple syrup. 200 mils of almond milk, and then I'm going to pop on some berries on top. Another one of my goals that I am going to restart, which I did all last year, is my water intake. My water intake has been so bad the last couple of months. So my goal for forever now basically is to be getting in 2 to 3 liters per day. It is so important to be getting in a sufficient amount of water every single day, because it does help with your digestive system, it helps with your skin, it helps with your overall health. Water is just so important, and it's something that you should be prioritizing. So not gonna lie, this is something that I haven't been prioritizing for the last couple of months, but today is the day that it is going to be one of my top priorities. Good afternoon guys, it is currently 1:15 in the afternoon. I'm just about to make my lunch, which obviously I will show you guys, but I thought that I would jump on here beforehand and just kind of elaborate a little bit more with regards to what I said to you guys this morning about, you know, myself getting back into a solid routine. So as you guys would have known, I moved to the Gold Coast pretty much after my show got completely cancelled last year. So if you are a long-term follower or subscriber of mine, you would know that I basically prepped for the entire year last year for a show that just never went ahead. First things first, it got postponed and then it got cancelled. So I was prepping for a very long time. So since the show finished, like I said, I moved to the Gold Coast, and from then until now, my nutrition and my training, my whole routine has been here, there, and freaking everywhere. Like, I have had no structure. I've had structure for a little bit and then I've lost it. And as you guys would have seen, if you do follow me on Instagram, is I have been very social, which I do not regret at all. I have had a roller coaster of a time. I have been so social. I feel like I've drunk alcohol more than I ever have before. No, I do not regret it. I have had such a ball with my girlfriends, but now it is time to really buckle in and get into the new year. I have some really big goals that I want to achieve. As you guys know, like I said, if you have been a long-term subscriber of mine, getting my pro card has always been the goal. It has been something that I've been working on for the last 4+ years since I started competing, and I am just so hungry for my pro card. So this is not possible with my current lifestyle. Like I said, I have been super social, which again I do not regret, but because of that, it has resulted in next to no routine. So this week is the first, well, it'll be last week when you guys see this YouTube video, but it will be, last week was the first week that I actually started back in my old training regime, which is 2 upper bodies and 3 lower body sessions per week. So it is time to get my fucking shit together. if I'm wanting to get my pro card, I need to step it up a notch and really set myself up for a strong off season to then have a really successful prep. So at the moment, my goals right now, I put them down in my notes. So right now I'm about to transition into a growth phase. I haven't decided yet which show I'm going to compete in this year. The goal has always been the Sydney show, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to do that or if I want to do the October show, which is at the Gold Coast. The Sydney show is at the start of August and the Gold Coast show is in October, the end of October. So basically the game plan right now is from now until maybe for about 8 to 10 weeks, I'll be transitioning up into a growth phase based on how my body is looking when I hit that 8 to 12 week mark. That's when we will decide if I am going to prep for the Sydney show or if I'm going to stay in a growth phase for another couple of months and then start my prep for the October show at the Gold Coast at the end of the year. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but right now my priority is to build my calories up as high as I can, use those calories to fuel my sessions, get really fucking strong, progressively overload, and also aid in my recovery as well. So right now, because I am about to head into a growth phase, the aim of the game is to expend as little amount of calories as possible outside of your training sessions. So I brought my steps down to 7,000 per day because I really want to be using the additional calories that I will be consuming in my growth phase to allow in optimal recovery from my sessions to then in turn grow lean muscle and obviously to fuel my sessions as well. So steps have gone down to 7,000, aiming to hit 2 to 3 liters of water per day. That is another massive downfall that I have not been hitting for the last 4 to 6 months. My water intake has been again here, there and everywhere, just like everything else. So I really want to get back into a good routine of getting in 2 to 3 liters of water per day, and then obviously hitting my macronutrient targets. I really want to be nailing those and keeping eating out to a minimum. Obviously, because I am in a growth phase, I do want to allow myself the flexibility to eat out, because when I do get into my comp prep, I will not be eating out at all. That's one thing that I really took away from my last competition prep, is I got in the best condition of my entire life. I had never looked better, and my prep was such a smooth prep because I did not eat out once for my entire prep. So, you know, you can try and track as best as you can when you eat out, but there's always going to be errors because you don't, you know, make those meals yourself. So I'm going to take the lessons that I learned from my last prep into this prep. So come the first week of prep, absolutely no eating out. So because of this, I still do want to enjoy eating out when I'm not in my comp prep, and I want to take advantage of, you know, having higher calories. So I'm going to keep my eating out to a maximum of 3 to 4 times per week. Ideally 3, but if I do eat out 4 times a week, that's totally fine. Hitting protein every single day, that's one thing that I felt like I really did lack, which I'm quite disappointed in for the last couple of months, especially when I wasn't training at all due to my breast augmentation recovery. I wasn't hitting protein, I wasn't even close. So I really set myself a disadvantage for my prep that I'm about to do because I haven't been hitting protein. So I need to be nailing protein every single day. Absolutely no excuses. And then obviously eating foods 80-20 rule. So 80% whole foods and 20% fun foods. So that is the game plan. From now until 8 to 12 weeks out, I'll be transitioning into a growth phase, really drive my calories up as high as I can, recomp from essentially not training for the last 3 months due to my breast augmentation recovery, hopefully try and build a little bit of lean muscle in this time frame to then have another successful prep leading into the July show in Sydney if I do decide to do that, or the October show at the end of the year. So I thought that I would jump on here and like explain to you guys basically why I'm getting my shit together, because I am really wanting to get my pro card this year. I am so hungry for it. So I really need to set myself up for a successful prep, and the most successful preps are done from having a successful off season. And I believe that is why my last prep last year was such a successful prep, because I had such an awesome strong off season. So my piece of advice to you guys is, if you are wanting to get back into it and you feel like you're really struggling to do so, or you feel like you're in a bit of a rut, just start. Repetitive actions create habits. Once it's a habit, it's easy. The hardest part is creating that habit, okay? So for the first couple of weeks, I'd give it up to 4 weeks. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to get up early to train if you choose to train in the morning. It's going to be difficult to, you know, if you are hungry between meals, trying to wait for that next meal and not snacking. It's going to be hard to get in your 2 to 3 liters of water per day for the next, you know, 2 to 4 weeks. But I promise you, provided that you are adherent and you stay strong and you stay disciplined, it will get easier. It will become a subconscious thing once it becomes a habit. You just have to stick strong for it to become a habit, okay? So my piece of advice, another piece of advice I would suggest you guys do is don't set the benchmark so high. If you feel like that you really have fallen off the wagon the last couple of months, you're not going to succeed if you set all these unrealistic expectations straight away. Start slow. So start with, you know, having 3, 4, or 5 meals per day with absolutely no snacking between. Doesn't mean that you have to track. You may not want to track straight away. That can be a slow progression. So another thing that you can do is start off with having 1.5 liters per day if you really do struggle to get in your water. Once you have 1.5 liters for 3-4 weeks, then increase it to 2 liters. And then if you want to increase it to 3. Start small and then work your way up. Think of it like a snowball effect. So as you start to move that snowball down the hill, it gets faster and faster and faster and faster. That's what we want to do. We want to be building momentum. So start small, and then as you build momentum, start adding in other, you know, habits or routines or protocols that you want in your lifestyle, okay? And that is all from me. I've been talking for 10 minutes. Let's make some lunch because I am bloody hungry. All right, you guys, so this is lunch. Firstly, I am so sorry in the change in video quality. My camera literally just died and I, for the life of me, cannot find the charger. So we are working with my iPhone. So sorry about that, but this is lunch today. So we have our roast chicken, peri-peri flavor from Coles. This is our protein source for today. Guys, if you literally have not tried this, I would highly suggest that you do. It is so flavorsome and it also has epic macros as well. So as for our vegetables, we're using the Bird's Eye frozen veg. This is my favorite vegetables out of the frozen section. And then for our carbohydrate sauce, we're using the Sunrise Basmati rice quick cups. This is 120 grams per serving. Fucking love this. Super simple, super easy to do. Literally just chuck it in the microwave for 40 seconds and then it is done. So I will pop this all together and I will show you guys the end product. All right, you guys, so this is lunch. Not the most visually appealing lunch in the world, but it tastes good, so I cannot complain. And then I've just drizzled for my sauce, the Nando's Peri-Peri Nays. Awesome macros. So if you haven't tried this either, I would definitely suggest that you do. But I'm going to get into this, get back into some work, and I will chat to you guys later. Afternoon snack is caramel top deck. I'm having 2 rows, last 2 rows, hallelujah. Honestly, I actually don't even really rate this chocolate. I probably won't get it again. It literally just tastes like Top Deck. So my personal opinion, I'd honestly give it a 5 out of 10, but I fucking hate wasting food. So you better believe I'll be getting through this entire block. So yeah, 2 rows of this bad boy. And along with my 2 rows of caramel top deck, I'm going to have my afternoon coffee. So I showed you guys this when I did my little grocery haul, the caramel latte from Avalanche. So I'm literally just going to use 1 of these bad boys. And then I'm going to use 2 Splendors. You guys know I love sweetness. Then I'm going to pop in around 200 mils of unsweetened almond milk and then pop some boiling water in here. Alright guys, so dinner tonight is another really quick and easy meal. So for tonight's protein, we're going to be having eye fillet. Then we're just going to be using Spud Light. If you guys haven't tried Spud Light before, I would definitely suggest that you do. I literally lived on this all prep. It's really low calorie, high volume, so it will keep you nice and full. And then the same as lunch, we're going to be using the Bird's Eye Snap frozen vegetables. So as you guys can see with my meals so far, I am just keeping things nice and simple, especially because I am getting back into routine, back into tracking. I don't want to be making anything that's really difficult or time consuming. I just want it to be quick, easy, simple, so it is easy to stay adherent. Alright, so I've just chopped up the Spud Light. I have cracked some salt on top, and then I'm going to spray some olive oil over the top and then just mix it with my hands. Little tip for you guys, if you are wanting to keep calories low or you're wanting to keep fats low, I would definitely suggest getting a oil that is from a spray can as opposed to like an oil where you just drizzle over the top. You'll use a lot less calories doing it this way. Dinner is served, so we have 150 grams of eye fillet and I've just sliced it up. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like steak just tastes so much better when it is already sliced up for you. Then we have 150 grams of Spud Light, and then we have 200 grams of veg. And last meal of the day is my Muscle Nation casing custard strawberry cheesecake flavor. If you are a long-term subscriber of mine, you would know that I literally had this every single day. I also have the Slendia rice with my custard, so the konjac rice, to help thicken it up and give it a little bit more volume to keep me nice and full for when I go to bed, because I hate going to bed hungry. And then for my mix-ins, I'm going to be using the dark fruit blend. I actually haven't tried this before. This is the first time I bought this packet and I really fucking like it. I actually have such a love for cherries. I never ever have them, but this got me back into it, so now I am obsessed. There you have it, guys, my last meal of the day. So a little bit of fruit for fiber and carbs, and then we have the Muscle Nation casing custard. So I'm going to get into this and I'll chat to you guys in a little bit. That is all from me. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing exactly what I ate today to get myself back into routine. As you saw, my meals were simple, they were easy, they had a little bit of fats, a little bit of carbs, a little bit of protein, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to have my meals nice and simple so it was easy to be successful. I was setting myself up for success. So that is what I would suggest you guys to do when you are trying to get back into routine or you're trying to change your habits to be a little bit more healthier. Keep it simple. Don't create extravagant, crazy recipes, because more times than not, the harder something is or the more time consuming something is, you're not going to want to do it, okay? Stay tuned for more What I Eat in a Day. That they are coming back, baby. I'm so sorry that I haven't been doing them for the last couple of months, but as I explained to you guys this morning, my life has just been a little bit crazy. But yeah, I want to take you guys along for the journey. I want to take you guys along for my off season, and then of course I'm going to take you guys along for my prep as well with whatever comp I decide to do. So if you guys do have any questions for me, please do not hesitate to reach out, because you know I'm always happy to help, even if it's just something as simple as meditation questions or journaling questions or anything like that. Please don't hesitate to reach out, because I really do want to help you guys and help you set yourself up for a successful year. You have the potential to do great things. It all comes down to just, you know, taking action and trying to stay as disciplined as you possibly can to create those healthy habits. Like I said to you guys, it is a snowball effect. Keep it simple at the start, keep it easy, and as you start to accumulate the speed, as you start to build momentum. Did you guys hear that scream? Anyway, as you start to build momentum, as that snowball starts to go faster and faster, then you can start to bring in more habits, more routines, and it will get easier and easier, because like I said, repetitive actions create habits. Once it's a habit, it's easy. It's just that transition from that repetition action becoming a habit. That transition there is what is the hardest bit. Once it's a habit, once it's subconscious, it's easy. But that is all from me. I'm rambling yet again. If you guys, like I said, have any questions, just let me know. I hope you have an amazing day or night wherever you are around the world, and I will see you in my next video.